President Trump's outreach to black and Latino voters as well has been very evident in this campaign, really starting at the Republican National Convention back in late August. One of the speakers given a prominent slot there was Georgia State Representative Vernon Jones, a Democrat who has now endorsed Donald Trump, a Republican. Vernon Jones, welcome to Planet America's Fireside Chat.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us, a lot of us saw you at the RNC earlier this year advocating for President Trump's re-election. Why are you supporting Donald Trump? A little unusual for a Democrat?
Well, you know, I'm an independent thinker. I put my party, I put my country, I should say, before my party. And this president has really brought about results. That's the number one reason why myself and many others are supporting him. He's literally done more than 47 months than both Democrats and Republicans probably had in the past 47 years. He gets the job done.
We've heard this claim that President Trump has said, I've probably been the best president for African Americans since Abe Lincoln. Some people have scoffed at that a little bit, but specifically for African American voters, and he is winning over increasing numbers of them from a small base. What has he done that you would say warrants particularly black voters this year?
Well, if you remember, when he was campaigning back in 2016, he went to a black church and he said, look, what do you have to lose for voting for me? Democrats have been there. You've been supporting them for the past 50 years. And what do you have to show for it? Give me a chance. And many of us gave him a chance. And you know what? He has done more for African Americans going back to Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln turned the slaves loose, but Donald Trump, his plan and what he's done, he's freed African Americans. He created jobs for them, helped them start small businesses. I'm a proud graduate of historical black college. And with him supporting those 48 universities, not only did he increase the funding by 14%, but he wrote it into law. That has never been done going back to George Washington. And more importantly, for many African Americans, Joe Biden wrote the crime bill that incarcerated masses of black people. And you know what? He destroyed black families. And this president came back where he looked at the criminal justice system. He saw what the crime bill did. In many cases, the crime did not match the fine, or I should say the crime didn't match the time. And with the First Step Act, he has released thousands of African Americans.
Mr. Jones, you mentioned Trump's stewardship of the economy. Now, we just played a clip from Obama from 2 days ago saying America created 1.5 million more jobs in the last 3 years of the Obama administration than the first 3 years of the Trump administration. That's before the pandemic. How do you respond to that?
Well, first of all, President Obama was in office 8 years. So you give Donald Trump 8 years to make a comparison there. Donald Trump came in as the country started to stabilize. But when he introduced that tax credit, that tax cut, that immediately gave more people take home pay in their paychecks. At the same time, it created masses of jobs because the business community started investing their money, because before that, many of them had it in offshore accounts or they were not getting a rate of return. They were being taxed too much. But now they've come back, they've expanded businesses, they've created jobs. And to tell you that President Trump has done so well in the midst of this pandemic crisis, you've seen over the past couple of months, job growth. That's incredible, especially when people are told by many Democrats and Democratic-run states to stay home and don't go to work. And in Republican states, you normally see where those states are providing more balance of opening the government or opening businesses and also listening to the healthcare professionals, but striking a balance. And, you know, let's look at President Obama. President Obama meant a lot to black people and to African Americans, but he didn't do anything for them.
Mr. Jones, I understand a week or so ago you were at a Trump rally down in Georgia. Did I hear right that you got into a bit of crowd surfing at the end there?
Well, let me tell you, it wasn't about me crowd surfing. This was about me believing in Donald Trump. And I also believe in those people that I dived into. And by the way, they were mostly white, but I can tell you, they caught me and they protected me. And that's a demonstration that Black Lives Matter.
But some people, of course, criticise that fact despite the fact that it appeared like great fun, that it was also maybe a very dangerous thing for you and those other folks to be doing in the middle of a COVID pandemic.
And that's what's ironic. They never criticized those rioters who were yelling and screaming, not wearing face masks, throwing rocks, killing individuals, including black people, burning black businesses, shoot, when you shoot a 1-year-old baby girl that's in a stroller, black baby girl in New York and Atlanta, they shot and killed an 8-year-old. Look at how many black businesses have been destroyed and black communities have been destroyed as a result of Antifa and Black Lives Matter, which all black lives do not matter to Black Lives Matter. As a matter of fact, Black Lives Matter, they've sought out to destroy the nucleus of the black family, the straight black male.
So can I understand correctly? So you're sort of saying that there was, for you at least, there was something very reassuring about the fact that you were being physically supported by this mostly white crowd, and that was kind of worth the risk that you were taking in terms of infection, that it was sort of an uplifting moment? Sort of literally?
Let me tell you, President Donald Trump put his life on the line fighting for us, for the American people, all of us, black, white, brown, yellow, you name it. And this president was infected with the virus himself, because he was willing to do what Joe Biden wouldn't do. We call him Groundhog Joe, just stay in his basement until it's safe, and then he comes out like a groundhog. So if this president can put himself in harm's way and get infected by this virus, working and helping the American people, then you know what? That's a small sacrifice that I made, because I believe in him and I want to help him get reelected.
One more from me, Mr. Jones. I can't help noticing that you also supported the last incumbent Republican president, George W. Bush, in 2004. From memory, do you remember why you supported him?
Yeah, because he was strong on defense. He was strong on security. When he sent that signal around to the Middle East from what they did with 911, George Bush took the fight to them. I can appreciate that. But, I like the fact that he was driven by faith. He was very involved with the faith-based community, realizing that many people trust their churches more than they trust the federal government. So he welcomed them in as a partner. George Bush is a good man, but I'm an independent thinker. I call balls and strikes on both sides. I supported Obama the first time he ran, but the second time I saw where Obama was a fairy tale. Obama was not there for African Americans. He didn't identify with African Americans. Obama was there for the Ivy League elite and his friends. And he didn't understand rural America. He didn't understand the inner cities. He didn't understand the true plight of African Americans. Even since he left office, he didn't go back to Chicago and try to work on stopping the violence with 60, 70 people getting killed per weekend, including mostly black children. No, he left to go to Martha's Vineyard. That tells you where his commitment is.
Well, Vernon Jones, we really appreciate your perspectives and your insights. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much.